So we've got so many good cards in NBA 2K23 MyTEAM, so many Dark Matters, even more so than before. We've got endgames, we've got Invincibles. But before we get into Season 8, where we're getting free endgames and free everything, I'm going to do a tier list for this channel, just like the old days. And if you guys don't know, I'm going to be doing the one for every single position on DBG Clips on like Saturday or Sunday. So subscribe to DBG Clips if you want the old DBG. It's not gone. The old DBG's not gone anywhere. Trust me. It's just on a different channel. So today we've got the best 100 players in my opinion. I've definitely forgotten at least one player. Now let's get on to the tier list. So first up we got Amen Thompson. I'm going to put Amen Thompson into... I'm going to put him A tier. One of the best point guards in the game. I'm just going to go through these quite quickly. We've got AK-47. I think he is one of the better shooting guards in the game. I think he's got to go A tier as well. But when we're looking at the best cards in the game... like with all these tiers, I think we gotta go Wiggins down in like one of the, maybe Wiggins and Worthless. I'm gonna replace this with F tier because it is the best 100 cards in the game and none of them are worthless. So I'm gonna put Wiggins down here in F tier. With the guys we have, he's gotta go F. I think it's very hard to separate Anthony Black and Amen Thompson. I think they're very, very similar cards. So I think they're really hard to separate. After that, we got AD, who's down here in F as well. Look, AD is not very good. I'm sorry, AD is not very good. Sorry to AD fans out there, he's not. You know, A tier for Robert or for Artis Gilmore. Honestly, I think that's where he belongs. I think he's one of the better centers, power forwards in the game. Arvydas Sabonis at this stage of the game, D. I get it, he's good, but he's D tier. Azar, let's go B. Let's go B. Not top 5 year position, but you're pretty damn good. Simmons, oh, I hate the card, man. I hate Ben Simmons this year. I know a lot of people like him. Oh, I hate Ben Simmons. So I'm going to put Ben Simmons in... I'm going to have to put Ben Simmons. I'm sorry, lads. I prefer these 2 point guards. I'll put him in A. I'll put him in A. Bernard King. Bernard King's good, man. He's really good. He's probably going to go C, but he is really good. Bill Russell at this stage in the game, E tier. Hopefully the other Bill's better. Bill Walton going to C tier. Nice. Nice players. Height a little bit short. Bobby Nedelecki going to C tier as well. I mean, I don't know. You can go B. You can go B. Like, it is what it is. You can go into the B tier. Really good player. Bobby Pettit. I got D tier for the first MVP. Are we going to go... I'm going to go A tier purely because I don't think he's top 10 in the game. But Bull is very good. Brandon Miller, get into F. As far as... No, I'll give Brandon Miller E tier. I'll give him E tier. Scal. With the guys on this list, Scal's probably like a C or a D tier player, even though I really like Scal. Let's put him in D. Kay Cunningham. A, maybe? A. Cam Whitmore getting to F. We found an F tier player there. Melo, B or C? I don't think he's great. I don't think he's great. Let's go B tier for Melo. Casey Wallace go into B tier, the best under 6'5" point guard in the game. And now our first S tier player, the Chet dude. Like, Chet is one of the most slept on cards in all of my team. I'm telling you, Chet might be the most slept on card in all of this game. Like, people are not giving Chet anywhere near, and I mean anywhere near enough credit. I think he's so good still. I think he's like, he's not Wemby, but he's not that far. He's closer to Wemby than people give him credit for. D-Rob, C. Look, he came out in February, so that's impressive, but he's C. DeRozan, D. D for DeRozan, D for tier. Dirk, D. D for Dirk, D for tier. I'm going to E for Dominique. I don't like Dominique that much. But you know who's going S? Goat Christie. Goat Christie here. And like, you know, you can't spell Doug without dog. And this guy is a dog. Like, I cannot believe it, man. I cannot believe it. This guy is just freaking ridiculous. Like, and again, you can't spell Doug without dog. So, Dog Christie, get in. Get in here in S tier. Draymond's gonna go F. Look, with the guys that we have here, we've got to put Draymond F tier. I'm sorry, I would love to put Draymond higher, but I cannot justify putting him above F tier with these guys, or with, sorry, putting him above E tier with the guys we have in D. Earl Lloyd, E for Earl, or E for tier. I don't even mind Earl Lloyd. I'm also going to put Baylor in E tier. Let's find our F tier players first. Let's find who's going to come in at F tier. You're F. Like, none of these cards absolutely suck, dude. I didn't pick any of the guys that suck. So everyone's decent. I don't know why I put Cam Whitmore and Keontae George on this list, but it is what it is. I'm going to go B tier. I'll go A tier for him. Actually, I prefer him. I don't know who to move down. I gotta move someone down from A. I'm gonna go D. I'm gonna go D tier for Giannis. Or I'll go C tier for Giannis. Oh, C tier for Giannis. Not a bad power forward. Grady D. Go into B tier. Really good shooting guard. Hito Turkoglu, C tier. I think you could argue him higher, but I think he's gonna go C. I'm gonna put Jabari Smith in D tier. I don't mind Jabari Smith, but honestly, if you ask me who I'd take, Jabari Smith or Jabari Parker. No, I'd definitely take Jabari Smith. I don't know why you asked me that question, but why I asked myself that question. But no, Jabari Smith, he's not great though. Sigma, like wherever Walton is, I always had it like when they came out, Walton and Sigma were like my two backup. I had to like choose between the two of those backup power forward. Jalen Williams, I know Splash loves this card, but he's fine, I guess. He's a 6'6" crew. I put him C. James. Like, on this list, James has got to go into, like, D tier, doesn't he? He just does, and I hate it, but I hate the fact I have to do it, but he does. I love Casey Wallace, but I know a lot of people don't, so... Not Casey Wallace, Jarvis Walker. I know a lot of people don't like Jarvis Walker, so I'm going to put him in... I can't justify putting him below B tier if I've got Carmelo Anthony in there, but I can't. I just can't put him higher, even though I love the card. Tatum... C, I guess. Jermaine O'Neal, E. Like with these cards, he's E. Jonathan Bender, get into B tier. Honestly, you're that good. And these duos, impressive. Jimmy, at this stage, point guard, Jimmy's like a D tier player. Like, again, I take all the other point guards over him, but again, this is the top 100 cards. He's a pretty damn good card to be in D tier. Isaac. I'll put Isaac in C. I think Isaac's a very similar player in terms of level to Giannis. I think Isaac's better, but I don't think it's much in it. Josh Smith, I want to put in that C tier as well. I really like that card. J.R. Smith, I want to put him lower or down there with Jimmy Butler, I guess. Kareem. Do I put Kareem in S or do I put Kareem in A? That is the real question. I'm going to put him S for now. No, he's going to go A. Karl Malone, number 13 best player in the game. I'm not even joking with that. He is, like, he's not number 13 best player in the game, but he's a B tier player. He's B tier, definitely B. Maybe like Kawhi, new release, Kawhi's going B tier. Old release, like, yeah, let me move Kawhi down. Kevin Durant, I'm gonna go D for this Kevin Durant, and I might actually go E for this Kevin Durant, to be honest. I'm gonna go obviously S for the other Kevin Durant. Kevin Garnett, A. He's still got that. He's still the tallest shooting guard in the game. He's still got that height. He's still going to be a really great cone. 2 if you want to run through your point guard. He's the best cone 2 in the game, in my opinion. Put him probably Kevin Garnett or Durant. But yeah, KG go into A. Kevin Love. Look, I like Kevin Love. He's got to go wherever Sigma is. I'm going to have to move I like him in D tier. I like Kevin Love in D tier. So we're going through his list quite quick. Kevin McHale. He's got the length, but he doesn't have the release. And when we're talking about the best players in the game, we gotta put him lower. He's better than AD, but he's still pretty bad. KPJ. Look, I still really like KPJ. I'm gonna put him in B tier. F tier for Clay. Oh my god, how did Clay sneak onto this list? He stinks. Kobe. E tier for Kobe. And I don't think that that's a controversial take at all. He's not as good as J.R. He's not as good as Jimmy. Porzingis. He's got to go S, though, doesn't he? He's just got to go S. LaMelo. I'll put LaMelo in B tier. Don't mind LaMelo. Don't hate him. A tier for Larry Bird. He's unbelievable small forward. He's honestly one of the best. You could maybe make the argument outside the Giants he might be the best. No, Larry is A tier. Lowry, on the other hand. You're a 7-foot small forward, so you just about dodge F tier, but no, in the best 100 players, he probably doesn't even belong. Stay there at the bottom. LeBron. So good on defense that I can't put him lower than C, but also so bad on offense that I can't put him above C. Luka, A. Luka's pretty good. Magic Johnson, C. I'm not even joking with that. No, if I've got Simmons in A, Magic's got to go A. I don't like Simmons at all. Manu, D. Manu, obviously S. Obviously S for a Manu Ball. We gotta put Eaton in A. He's just got that height. We've got to put Mark Eaton in A. Michael Jordan. I really like Michael Jordan. I'm gonna put Jordan in A tier. I really do like Jordan. I think he is one of easily the best point guards in the game. I'm not gonna say he is the best, but I'm gonna put him there, which means I'm also gonna put this Michael Jordan A because they're basically the same card. Yao's. I'm gonna put the Galaxy Opal Yao in A tier. I'm gonna have to move the other one to S. Obviously, the Dark Matter is going into S 100%. There's no if, ands, or buts about that. Dark Matter is going into S, but I'm gonna move the other one to A, and he's the best center in A. Nat Clifton. I'm sorry, you're a 6'6" small forward. You're good, but I have to put you in F tier right now. Jokic, he is just that cheese point guard. He's just a way better Ben Simmons. Gotta put Jokic in S. Ojanobi, the Ojanobi fella. He's E tier for this, but I like OG Anunoby. OG is a solid player. I don't think he's spectacular or anything. I think he's a really solid player. Not bad at all. I'm gotta put him in E tier though. Banchero, look, he's an endgame. He's an endgame, so let's put him into A tier. Let's just not disrespect an endgame. Let's put him into A tier. PG, E. Like, that release is rough, man. That release is rough. Ralph, I don't like Ralph. I'm gonna put him in B tier. So, like, the more I use Ralph, the more I'm like, oh, is this card really 7'4"? Was he really worth spending 80 or 90k, whatever it was on? And my answer almost always is no. He's not. I don't use him a lot anyway. Ray Allen, D. I don't mind Ray Allen. It's just at this stage in the game, he is a D tier player. Ron, get into B. Get into B, Ron. I think you honestly, like, I think B tier is the right spot for you, Ron. I think B tier is the right spot. You could maybe argue higher. Rudy Gay, A tier for Rudy. A tier has too many people, so I'm gonna have to move some of them down. But Ritam Janovic, let me chuck him in. Like, he's as good as LeBron. I hate that I have to say this. Rudy Tomjanovic is as good as LeBron. Like, I don't understand why we have to, like, hype up names when we're talking about cards being good in game, because at the end of the day, like, I would still rather use LeBron than Rudy Tomjanovic. One, I pay for LeBron. Two, he's LeBron. But Rudy Tomjanovic is better in game. Scotty Barnes has got to go C tier. I actually do really like Scotty Barnes. Scottie Pippen, B. Like, he's just 3 and D, and I'm not putting a 3 and D cone above B tier when there are guys that are better than him at pretty much everything. Like, Rudy Gay's better than Scotty at pretty much everything. Then we got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. At this stage, he's got to go into, like, D or E tier, to be honest. I'm going to put him E tier. I'm going to move Kobe up 1 tier, just so that people don't go crazy. I'll put him in D tier. Shaq get up all the way into S. Top 10 players in the game. Can Shaq play there? Yeah, he can. He can. It just means that Taco doesn't make S tier, but I'm cool with that because Shaq's better than Taco. Then we have got here. We've got Sean Kemp. I think at this stage of the game, Sean Kemp's like a C tier player, but he is pretty good. Steph, I'm sorry. You got an end game coming for free tomorrow. I'll use your end game. Your end game might be my starting point guard, but you're an E tier player. Taco Fall, very, very close to S tier. Very close to S tier. And he's a card that came out on the 17th of March. They ruined St. Patrick's Day by giving us no Pat Burke, but at least we got Taco. Then we have got Terry Dishinger. At this stage of the game, Terry's still B tier, which is kind of wild from when he came out. Timmy T. I'm going to put Timmy T in. He does have to go A tier though, doesn't he? Who do I move down from A tier? For the shooting guards, it is just like Tim Thomas, Rudy Gay. Because obviously one of the T-Max has got to go down. And I am one of these crazy people that prefers this T-Mac to the other T-Mac. If you're asking me which T-Mac's better, I will say the Radiant T-Mac. I just prefer the release. I need to... Oh no, Kevin Durant is there. So yeah, once we have got 9 of our top 10, we all know who the 10th player is for the top 10, but it's Victor. Victor Wembanyama. Oh, lads, I've already talked enough about this guy. Oh, he just makes the game easy. He just basically makes the game incredibly easy, which is fine. It's fine and all, but he's literally like turning the difficulty down when you have Victor Wembanyama in your team. And I'm not just saying it about the other Victor Wembanyama. I don't know why I'm talking about Taco struggling to make the best 10 when this Victor Wembanyama is better than Taco. Like, this Victor Wembanyama is closer to freaking Manute Bol than anyone else. Vince Carter. Vince Carter's good. C for Carter, C for tier. He is really good. It's just so many good cards. So many good cards in this game. Walker Kessler. I like Walker Kessler. I run him. He's in my squad, so I can't not put him in this tier. We've got D tier, slightly better than Kobe Bryant. Wes Unseld, I guess. Levine, getting to that tier as well. And honestly, Zion, he's just too small. Getting to D tier as well. So, this is it, lads. We didn't spend that much time, by the way. We did not spend that much time. We kind of speed ran through this. I could have spent 40 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour on these, but nah, I'd rather just not waste your time, not waste my time. By the way, every single one of these cards, if you want to use them in game, if they're your favorite player, they can survive. But for me, this is the final tier list. I'll probably do another one of these at the end of the year. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.